Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Last time, we finished out the Rito Arena Lighthouse, our second IVALICE raid, and poor Bognamnon found out the hard way that the G-Virus is nothing fun to play with. Actually, in truth, it was the Orosite doing that, but still, it really did remind me of G. Anyway, I don't think there's any god-awful wine quest waiting for us here. At least I hope not. So Lena here should help us get the final quests going with the Path of Most Resistance.
Greetings and salutations, Dekumon. I suppose you're wondering whether or not the good Genomus has finally determined where in the world our next adventure is going to take us.
I'm kind of been wondering, yeah.
The good news is, he has. The bad news, however... Now, while it's not in my nature to be sensationalist, sensationalism is in my job description, so please bear with me when I tell you not all is right aboard the airship Lexingtail. Something about Alma has me deeply worried.
About Alma? You'd be more worried about Ramza.
I will not trust this information in the hands of my publisher, let alone some sullen gate guard. Shall we continue our conversation on the Prima Vista, away from inquisitive ears?
Why worried about Alma? Ramza was the one that was possessed last time. Then again, where is Alma? The question is then, where exactly did Ramza and his fellowship journey next? I thought you guys had figured out where they were going. And where, consequently, we were going. Ah, Dekumon! To what do we owe this unexpected visit? I had not planned on summoning you for another several turns of the sun. What, really? Odd. Yes?
I apologize if we have caused you any worry. I suppose one cannot allow a reporter in their midst and not expect her to report what she sees. Though I did expect a tad more discretion from Miss Muriah. Alma has, of late, been experiencing difficulties with her health. Chirurgeons have been called upon to discern what exactly it is that ails her, but as far as they can tell, there is nothing physically wrong with my sister. The consensus is the rigors of an extended stay in a foreign land have taken their toll on her fragile heart.
But you don't believe that, and honestly, neither do I. More likely it has something to do with that Orosite she's been wearing all this time. And is still apparently wearing.
Dekumon, when did you...
Oh dear. Okay, now she's definitely...
Ramza!
Definitely not in the best of health.
I'm fine, brother.
You are definitely not fine.
It is obvious you are not. You must return to your chambers and rest.
It's that Orosite, I keep telling you. Seriously, you know how dangerous this stuff is. Why are you still wearing it? I don't care if it's a keepsake or not.
Forgive me. Perhaps we shall speak again once I regain my strength. Until then, please look after my father.
Yes, I will take care of your father. But you take care of yourself. What the hell are you two still doing here? Dang Moogles. Now then, where were we? Ah, yes, the matter of our next expedition. Yes, we're waiting. Or rather, I'm waiting. As we discovered during our most recent foray into the Estes Sands, the Dharmassan capital, Rabanasta, appears to lie upon the ruins of what can only be the royal city of Lassalia, ancient capital of the lost kingdom of IVALICE. Shortly thereafter, we stumbled upon remnants of the legendary clockwork city of Gog, cleverly repurposed into a lighthouse overlooking the Rito Arena cataract, remnants which now sit suspended above the fathomless chasm. Lassalia, Gog. What have they in common, you ask? I shall tell you. They both appear in my ancestors' account of the rise of IVALICE, the Durai Papers. And with each new discovery, this forbidden chronicle is now proving IVALICEan legend to be more fact than fairy tale. There is no denying the proof, and it is but a matter of time before scholars and historians from across the realm come to the same conclusions. But, as you all are aware, my aim has never been to simply prove the existence of IVALICE. No, I shall not rest until I have revealed the truth of young Ramses' role in King Talita's ascension and cleared my ancestor Oran Durai of his false accusation made against him by the church. Also, apologies if you hear random dog barks. My landlord's pups are back and they are as loud as ever. Try to cut out as many as I can. Then what are we waiting for? Wait, shouldn't we see to Alma first? Yeah, I'm more worried about Alma than your discoveries. The ruins will sit. Kukane's Chai-urgents would have us believe she is in no immediate danger, as her illness is not one of the body, but of the mind. To borrow their words, her spirit is in a state of unbalance and merely requires time to right itself. Interesting. I assume that's Ramsa coming back. Yep.
Alma will be fine as long as she remains in bed. The last thing she needs is any further excitement, especially at the paws of these meddlesome mole-bats.
And Ramsa died that day as the Voogles murdered him. Really? Nothing?
Though I must admit, both Montblanc and his brother have proven more useful than I would have ever dared to imagine. When it comes to usefulness, I am first in the field. Or is it first in the field? Would you like to feel my fur couple? And you wonder why Ramsa despises you so, brother? They do all the work, and all you do is just come. Ah, but you are mistaken, Herdy. I bear neither you nor your brother any ill will. Any further ill will, that is. If anything, I owe you my thanks for your recent contributions.
What recent contributions would those be?
His thanks? Are you hearing what I'm hearing? What happened to the venom-spitting Adam we all used to know and hate? Alma certainly seems pleased with the change, but forgive me for not buying into this all-too-convenient transformation.
Is he still possessed by the Orosite? Not sure. Simply showing the world that IVALICE actually exists will not validate the claims chronicled in the Durai papers.
That is correct, Father. The key lies with Ramsa Bellevue. If we can find evidence of his hidden role in history, it will prove Orlan's testimony true and safeguard our family name from ridicule.
Which is why I turned the focus of my research to Talita's forgotten companion and his actions during the War of the Lions. It was only then that I discovered something most intriguing. An underlying struggle with an unknown force. A force with the power to bring about calamitous ruin. And that force would be?
Orosite. The twisted abominations we encountered in both Lucidia and Gog. The Lucivi. They are born of these unholy crystals. While nobles of the north and south squabbled over IVALICE's crown, Ramsa silently sought to rid the world of a darker evil. Evil manifest from the deepest desires of men and women whose minds had fallen prey to the Orosite.
Interesting. And with each confrontation did Ramsa's fellowship grow smaller. Countless companions lost to a cause that would go unwritten. It was far more important than any clash of armies. And so did they endure until reaching their final destination, the Orborn Monastery. And that sounds like a really good spot to go for our final raid.
Oh, I know this one. The Orborn Monastery is where Princess Ophelia was raised. There's a scene about it in the Zodiac Brave story. After Talita emerged victorious in his final campaign, he married the princess to legitimize his claim to the throne of IVALICE.
Ah, I see someone has been paying attention. Well, at least partially.
But I don't understand. Why would Ramsa's crusade against the Lucifi take him back there? According to the Durai papers, the sinister being who engendered the Orosite was said to have slumbered beneath the monastery.
Ah, lovely. Sounds like a good final boss.
But who or what would have the means to create something so powerful?
Ultima, the High Seraph. Ultima? Don't make me think of that.
A seraph? What's a seraph?
Seraphs are believed by some to be servants of the gods, divine beings whose only purpose is to carry out the will of their immortal masters. As to whether or not Ultima can claim this title, however, I cannot say. Just as there were those who chose to worship Ultima in her otherworldly might, there were equally as many who feared the visitor and her deadly magics, oft referring to her as the Angel of Blood for the carnage left in her wake. The Angel of Blood, oof. Yeah, I know of only one Ultima, as in the Ultima weapon.
Interesting. What did the spell Dekumon claims to have experienced in the Praetorium?
Oh, sorry, wrong voice.
Interesting. What did the spell Dekumon claims to have experienced in the Praetorium, coincidentally also called Ultima, was in fact an elegant interpretation of the very magics introduced to Hydaelyn by the High Seraph.
That's a theory.
But that would mean... Wait, what would that mean? I have spoken with several colleagues back in Shardian regarding their opinions on the ancient incantation, and while they have yet little to show for their research, they all agree on one thing. The manner in which Ultima ethereally manifests should not be possible, at least on Hydaelyn. So, it would naturally make sense if we discovered that the Arrogans learned the spell from a being not of this dimensional plane. As to exactly how they convinced the being to impart that knowledge unto them... Not of this plane? What manner of creature are we talking about here?
A seraph, apparently. Oh, hey, Sid. Likely one similar to Omega. How long have you been listening from the shadows, my friend? Probably plenty of time. Long enough. I'm here to deliver the item Mikoto requested.
Sid, there is no need for you to deliver it personally. A Moogle would have sufficed.
A Moogle? And trust that he won't tear open the package and show it to some random adventurer. No, this was far too important.
If you two don't mind, the principal was about to tell us how to find the Orborn Monastery.
Would that I could.
Really? You don't know? Then what have we been doing here? At ease, Lady Moriah. The Durai papers speak of a cataract situated on the river Zeltier, several leagues southeast of Rabanasta. There supposedly lies the monastery.
Oh, okay.
Serchil is not a name you will find on any modern Dalmascan map. Rivers, however, especially ones as large as the Zeracle is established to be, are rare in a nation more than half claimed by the sand. The river we seek can only be that which bisects Gormor on the Naxian border. And for that invaluable information, we owe thanks to our brothers Moogle. Their travels have made them veritable authorities on Dalmascan geography.
Okay, who are you and what have you done with the real Ramsa?
Wait, but earlier you claimed you didn't know the monastery's whereabouts. I'm so confused. Its location is not what concerns me, but perhaps the Mughals themselves should explain. Why, certainly! That flooded valley of vines and vipers to where we must voyage next is home to the Vera, and therein lies our little problem. The one thing the Vera do not suffer is trespassers, not even lovable Mughals, Kupo.
Glamis kept us hidden long enough to see the jungle. Oh, I lost Hardy's voice there. Ooh, give me a second. Glamis. That didn't even right either.
Glamis kept us hidden long enough to see the jungles teeming with ruins much like those we discovered in Illusalia and Goog. But the Vera trackers eventually found us and took us before the elders. We really escaped without palms, Kupo.
Okay, that is not his original voice, but I apologize.
So that is why we are still here talking about this instead of bound for the border.
There are Vera who have spurned the strict code of their tribes, abandoning their people to come and live in the cities of Dalmasca. Finding and recruiting one of those to our cause might prove us with insight on how to reach the Orborn Monastery ruins.
Unfortunately, the nation's current turmoil has not made it easy to accomplish this task. We still require more time.
Well, I suppose we could find some. Maybe, hopefully. Before boarding the shuttle, I was stopped by a banger on the docks. He asked me if I knew what Dekumon Let's Play and bid I deliver him a message. I told him he was welcome to accompany me to the Prima Vista so that he might deliver that message himself, but the man refused. probably still mourning his brother, I'm guessing. Mikoto, I saw this device crafted to your exact specifications, but cannot guarantee that it will function as intended, seeing as I had an area subject to test it on. What is this?
Of course, Master Sid. If any trouble is met, then most likely it is my design that is to blame.
Weird looking dagger. Your confidence in my craftsmanship is flattering, but you sell yourself too short, my dear. Here's to your success. Good day. Well, at this point, Sid doesn't have Omega to worry about anymore. Makoto, what are you looking for over there?
I sense that you are interested in the package Sid delivered. I have every intention to apprise you of its contents, but first I believe we should speak of Alma's condition.
Eh?
Do you not find her illness all too timely? Genomus and Ramza would like to believe that her bouts of vertigo are not but a result of a mind fatigued, but the answer is clear. It is the aurosite that plagues her.
See, I knew it!
Alma recently confided in me that she would hear her father speaking with the Oitis well before even his first foray into Rabanasta. However, I do not think this entirely true. Which is not to imply that Alma is trying to deceive us. Rather, I think she saw something that led her to believe her father was conversing with the aurosite. Moreover, I suspect it was the aurosite itself that granted her this vision. You recall my hypothesis on distinct frequency NRR type harmonic vibrations and the tendency to promote ethereal amplification? Or when I mentioned that despite being in the principal's possession for an extended period, the Oitis exhibited none of the imprinting present in the Duma? No?
I might recall it, but I sure as hell didn't understand it.
The Oitis has never resonated with Genomus. It has always been his wife's pendant and its aurosite shard, the Virgo, that fueled his passion for IVALICE. No, the Oitis is bound to Alma's deepest desires, whatever those may be. The only reasons I can fathom that Alma has not fallen victim to the aurosite's grasp is that her desires are not as strong as those we have witnessed in Argath or Bargamnon. That and the ethereal interference caused by other nearby shards. I have explained all of this to Alma and recommended that she destroy the necklace. Yet not only did she refuse, but she begged me to keep this revelation from her father.
She knows and she's trying to hide it. Oh, that's great. Don't you people ever watch zombie movies? This never works out. You should not be hiding your condition.
And so I did the only thing I could. I devised a means with which I might impede, or at least lessen, the effects of the Oitis. This device, while still incomplete, will amplify the NRR wavelengths emitted by the Virgo. This should work to interfere with those emitted by the Oitis, thereby shielding Alma from the brunt of her effect.
Okay.
Oh, the city below is all abuzz with word of a bunker brigand loitering about the airship landing. Do you think it'd be someone we know, Kubo?
Yeah, it probably is. It's one of the brothers. Yep, thought so. Figured it had to be one of the brothers. Apologies, Dekumon, but I needed to speak with you, and you alone.
Oh, don't mind me, Kubo. I'll just be floating over here in perfect earshot.
Why, you? What makes you think I won't let you know right here, right now?
Because we're here to offer you a proposition, that's what. We need information on the Gormor jungle, and thought a man as well traveled as you might be persuaded to provide some.
Gormor? You of all creatures should know that is Viraland. What are you offering then?
Why, the opportunity to tell us what you know. Genomus believes our next adventure lies beneath the jungle canopy, Kubo.
I should have expected as much. Very well, Dekumon. I came to ask if you would meet someone. Now it seems that someone may be able to assist Genomus as well. Seeing as you and the principal did right by us before, I do not see a reason why I cannot take both of you. Eh? Who are we meeting? Let me know when you're ready to depart for Rabanasta. We'll travel in our airship. The Prim Vista would draw too much unwanted attention. Sure, I suppose. I mean, after riding in the Prima Vista for so long, the dinky little Baga airship is kind of adorable. Of course, there's also, you know, the entire possibility that I might just be getting shanghaied here. That'd be an ignoble end to my adventures, just dumped off in the middle of the desert. who are we meeting out here?
Back to a life of brigandry in the clouds, are we?
Of course not. Not that it didn't cross our minds. But when faced with the decision of what to do next, we needed simply to remember the dying words of our leader. Gujok, Winok, and I decided to re-enlist as Damask and Fusilis. Wait, really? Wow.
And the occupying guardians actually said yes, Kupo?
Not exactly. We're now with the resistance. Oh shit!
You no doubt heard of the uprising in Damaska that followed the Dome in Liberation, and how it was crushed under the iron heel of the 4th Legion.
Sad to say I did.
The resistance leaders were captured, tortured, and publicly executed. Yet much to the Empire's chagrin, the gruesome display only served to further rally the survivors.
Remove 1 head, and 2 grow back in its place. Remove 2, and then there are 4. A person can die, but an ideal will live on. Isn't that the Hydra Creed? Now there exist several factions throughout Damaska. We belong to one known as Lentis Tears.
And when we were told your commanding officer of our recent crossing with you and yours, she simply insisted that we introduce you.
Wait.
Me? But I wasn't even supposed to be here, Kupo!
They meant me, you dingbogs.
Not you, hairball. Him.
Meet with the general and hear her proposal, Dekumon. If you are not interested, we shall return you to Kugane unharmed. You have a...
Go, got your tongue.
Rabanasta dead ahead, lads. Ugh. 3 bongas and I keep getting their voices mixed up. You know, I think I actually have a sneaking suspicion of who their commander is. Back to Rabanasta. I mean, I hopefully don't have to run this thing again, do I? Or are we just gonna meet at the city limits? Seems much safer than, you know, trying to go back in and going all the way back down to Lacelia. This way. We've many morms to cover before nightfall. Wait, what? Oh god, we're gonna walk through the flippin' desert? Oh shit. They are inside the city. Oh, I knew it! I knew it! I've done as asked. I bring you the Liberator. It is Fran.
And here I thought he'd be taller.
Yep, that's definitely FF12's Fran.
I knew it! A Vera!
Yeah, this actually is the first Vera in 14. Because we did not get Vera as characters until Shadowbringers. So this was our real big reveal that they were working on Vera.
I am Fran, proud daughter of Damaska and General of Lentis Tears. And yes, Moogle, I am a Vera. Are you surprised? Why yes, in fact I am. Our kind are all supposed to be living amongst the trees, having shunned contact with the outer world, Kupo. There are supposedly a few who have left their homes, but I most certainly did not expect to see one here in the sewer.
Well, trust me, come Shadowbringers, they are a lot more common.
Indeed. This Banga claims you seek Orborn. Does he speak true?
Yes, he does.
Those ruins lie deep within the Gormore jungle, a place most sacred to my sisters. They would take great offense were you to defile it with your presence. What is more, Wagi tells me you travel with Guardians, openly aiding those who would see our nation burn. How can we place our trust in one who would do such?
Trust me, the Garleans I'm traveling with are no threat. Genominus' family defected long ago. They're not your enemy. My blade has tasted the blood of too many Garleans to count. No, we can vouch for Genomus.
guardian is a guardian. Their pathetic attempt at absolution only proves their past guilt.
Oof.
You must understand. Kaitsunomus does not approve of the Empire's warmongering. He wants to help Damaska and its impoverished masses, Kupo. And what would a Moogle know about my people? Does your blood run Dalmascan red? We could cut you open and find out.
General, there is no needful threats.
You are right, Waki. Let us then parley. Parley? Parley. First, the resistance requires men and women from Doma and the Aeolian Alliance, to join us in ridding Dalmasca of its imperial invaders. Your past deeds have made you well known to the leaders of both. They will listen to you, or if not, they will listen to those scions to which you claim allegiance. Second, the resistance requires gold. Gold to strengthen our forces from within. Your allies are in bed with the East Aldenar Trading Company, which continues its dealings with Garlemald even as you raise your sword against them, profiting from the Empire's rampant aggression. As targets of that aggression, I believe my people are entitled to a portion of those profits.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun trying to convince Hancock of that one.
Grant me these simple things, and I shall personally guide you safely to the ruins of Orborn. And what of the Lexingtales? See me to victory, and I'll take the Emperor himself. Whew. Those are my conditions. What say you?
Yeah, it's like, I could deliver your request to the Scions, but can promise no more. Promise me first my companions will see no harm. Yeah. I like that one better.
I will promise you nothing, but if it helps you sleep, know that I have never cut down a man who did not take up arms against me and mine, be he Guardian or Eorzean.
Ooh. Alright.
I'd say we have our work cut out first, Kupo.
You are not kidding.
Waki, you and the Fusiliers are to accompany the Liberator. I expect a detailed report on how my demands are received.
Yes, General. This is gonna be fun. I mean, the Scions will probably be willing, but not sure about the Eorzean Alliance.
Not that I expect them to be taken seriously. You are a fool to trust them, Princess.
That's right, I forgot she was a princess. Well, this should be interesting. Oh, Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc. Wherefore is Mont... Oh, I have to go back to the shuttle for this. Oh, no, there he is! Flippin' loading! Good lord!
What an adventure, Kupo! Just think, by tomorrow, we could all be the newest members of the Damascan Resistance! Not that I'm ready to give up my place on the Prima Vista, just yet.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not. Alright, welcome to their jungle. Ooh.
Hurry, hurry! If I don't tell someone of our adventure quick, I'll positively burst, Kupo!
Ay. I mean, we've got our path, but getting the Alliance to promise things, that's gonna be fun.
This woman asks much of us.
The Vera have ever been wary of outsiders. For centuries, their many tribes have remained hidden in the jungles, content with their self-imposed solitude. Each tribe has its own strict code and will meet swift punishment to any who would defy these laws. As such, many a Vera will spend her entire life bound to the territory of her ancestors, both unwilling and unable to venture beyond its borders. And while the tribes are wholly independent, they have agreed to uphold a single standard: shun all contact with the outside world unless it is to protect the jungle. That said, with every generation there are those Vera who long for a life beyond the verdant sea of trees and abandon their tribes to start a new life in the kingdom's cities. My guess is that this Fran is one such individual. That would definitely be a good guess.
Who also happens to be the only individual we know who could guide us to the monastery, Kupo. It seems Dekumon's sword arm won't be enough to see us through this predicament. He'll need to don the right mantle of a diplomat if we're to convince the Alliances and the East Aldenar Trading Company to grant us aid. What could go wrong?
My character's face said it all there. Oh boy. I mean, maybe I can get Alphino to help out. Well, one long-ass Link Pearl conversation later, I'm assuming. Anything? Ah! A response. Yes, I know you said not to call unless it was urgent, but this is urgent. Or not exactly, but my superiors have come to a decision on your request, and I thought you might want to hear what they had to say. Oh, and let me preempt any request for immediate disclosure with a reminder that the information is much too sensitive to discuss over Link Pearl. Meet me at the Ruby Bazaar post-haste, and I shall duly apprise you of their judgment. They laughed us out of the room, didn't they?
Well then, Dekumon, what are we waiting for?
What are we waiting for, indeed? Oh, I thought I was gonna go straight there.
I've read about how you united the whole of Eorzea under a single standard and convinced the Holy See to end a 1,000-year conflict. Compared to that, asking for a few soldiers and a coffer or three of gil should be a piece of roll and berry cake. Ah, well, I suppose we should inform Wagi down at Kugane Landing of our progress. You mentioned he was to keep an eye on us.
Yeah. Maybe wait till we have the information before we talk to Bwaki.
So you've an answer from the East Ardenard already. Impressive. It would seem the Lady Fran has underestimated your influence amongst the realm's players. I assume you have no objections to me joining you then?
Sure. Why not? Thought we'd be in the Ruby Bazaar.
Hancock awaits us in the bazaar. Shall we, Dekumon?
We shall. Why we're entering from over here is beyond me, though. Yes, I brought visitors. Sorry.
Well, a lovely lady and a bonka.
And here I was expecting you would be alone, Dekumon.
Ah, but excuse my manners. I am Hancock, representative of the East Aldana Trading Company, assigned to oversee her assets here in Kugane. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh. More visitors? Oh.
And I am Yugiri. We apologize for making you come all this way. Not that it is far from the landing to him. Wagi, was it? I serve Lord Hien, rightful ruler of Doma. I have come bearing my lord's reply to your entreaty. And I am Tataru of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I'm only here seeing as no one else could be bothered. Well, that and to bear a message from the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance.
Thank you both for coming. I am Bwaki, formerly of the Damascan Royal Fusiliers. I now claim allegiance to Lente's Tears, a resistance group seeking to accomplish what you have in Doma and Alamigo. What tidings have you brought us? I'm hoping for good news. Come on. Come on, he's still smiling. Allow me to begin then. While the East Ardenard Trading Company sympathizes with your plight, we are not in a position to grant you the funding you seek. Shit, strike one. As you are aware, the East Ardenard Trading Company prides itself in its neutrality, be it in matters political or personal. And what of our relationship with the Eorzean Alliance? Ah, yes. What I meant to say was, here in Hingashi, the East Ardenard Trading Company prides itself in its neutrality, be it in matters political and, yes. You must understand our position. Simply supplying coin to any one group would make it appear that we somehow favor that group over another. Seeing as we conduct business openly and fairly with everyone, doing such would be sending the wrong message and ultimately harm profits. Yes.
And by selling to both sides, you maximize profits while good men and women perish. How convenient.
Okay. We are a business, my lady. We do what we must to survive. That does not mean, however, we are blind to the needs of our customers or our allies, which is why we support the Eosian Alliance and their noble efforts to safeguard their realm's freedom through a mutually beneficial arrangement. If it were my choice, I would provide your little resistance with all the funding it needs, but as my good friend Dekumon knows all too well, it is not my choice. Yeah, and unfortunately the guy in charge is kind of an ass. What about you two? That's not a good sign.
Well, now that Hancock's thoroughly lowered your spirits, you won't be as crestfallen when I inform you that the Eosian Alliance will also be unable to provide any assistance.
Gee, who'd have called that? No big surprise there. And let me guess, you did everything in your power to try to convince the leaders of each city-state, only to watch as they politely declined our proposal, claiming an unfortunate lack of intelligence or resources.
Wait, how did you...
Oh. He knew already.
Lord Hien sends his greetings to you and yours, and under normal circumstances would welcome allies still suffering under the Imperial yoke.
But... I'm waiting for the but.
However, word has it that the latest attempt at reclaiming your kingdom ended in failure, resulting in the loss of countless lives, including many of the Resistance's leaders.
You are not mistaken. Our army is not what it once was. Those remaining have been forced to take refuge deep beneath the streets of Ravenasta.
The 4th Legion has already defeated you once. Lacking unity and leadership, the current resistance will not survive another tilt against the Empire's disciplined ranks. If Doma is to join hands with Dalmasca as an ally, you must first prove to us that you will stand as one.
Doma as a full-fledged ally would serve far better to strengthening our cause than a few temporary soldiers.
Yet, even if we were able to wrest Dalmasca from the Empire's grasp, without unity amongst your people, the resulting chaos could prove even more perilous to your kingdom.
You understand much of our situation. And based on that understanding, you would refuse your aid to Lente's tears, am I correct?
Do not mistake me. Lord Hien's refusal was but a message to help you plan your next step.
You have a wise master. He understands that without proper planning, driving one enemy from your midst simply creates room for the next. Wait, this was a test! Shit. Lady Fran will no doubt be pleased to hear that your response was exactly what she expected. I knew it. It was a test. You bastard.
You knew this whole time that your demands would be rejected? Guess you let this farce play out?
You have my apologies, but this was all necessary to prove an important point to our leader. What, that I'm still the bloody gopher of light? I'll go anywhere and do anything as long as somebody tells me to? Or that you guys have to get your act together before you can expect outside aid? I mean, either way, it's pretty much a harsh lesson. So, Lady Fran needed to show the princess just exactly what she was getting herself into, and your honesty today will serve us better than any hollow promise. Thank you. Oh. I misinterpreted that Fran was the princess and she was talking to herself. She was clearly talking to somebody else. Ew. Apologies. So this was less a lesson for Fran and more for the princess.
Wait, what about the Gulmar jungle?
Shit.
Can you believe this? Right back to where we started. Principal Genomics will not be pleased.
Why am I nodding to that? It's like my correct phrase is no, he will not. So, how are we gonna get there? If it is as you say, that is most unfortunate. But I suppose we did everything in our power. That is all one could ask.
I still do not understand. Why would Lady Fran send Dekumon on this wild Paisa chase if she knew from the start it would be for naught? Maki mentioned something about Fran providing a point to their leader, whomever that may be.
People in positions of power can prove both naive and stubborn creatures. Simply telling a leader she is wrong may not convince her of the fact. Seeing one's own plan fail, however, is often the best medicine. Even if it's a little jarring.
Naive and stubborn? Then the resistance is doomed. If a person as imposing as Fan is taking orders from her, then chances are this leader is even worse, Kupo.
I would not be so certain, Montblanc. My guess is that the individual in question is still quite young and inexperienced, and that Lady Fran is trying to teach her to be an effective leader through example. By allowing her to make her own mistakes, Fran is granting her the ability to learn and grow from them, an experience that will ultimately benefit her when the time comes to make some truly difficult decisions. Well, he's got it on the head, doesn't he? Now, I seem to recall reading that one of the many faces of the resistance before the recent quelling was a young girl of royal blood.
Do you suppose?
I do.
You may cease with your baseless presumptions, defector.
Yeah, the door was open. Sorry. Well.
And you would be... I would be here on orders from the leader of Lenti's Tears. Against my better judgment, mind you.
Greetings, Lady Fran, I presume. I am Genomus and Lexitil, principal of the Majestic Theatre Company. You and your colleagues are most welcome on the Prima Vista. What is your leader would have with us? To get us to where we want to go.
While you failed in meeting even a single of our demands, she recognizes that you were sincere in your attempts to see them fulfilled, and for that effort you are to be compensated.
Oh. That is most generous. So hopefully she'll be getting us to the forest after all. Whoa. A little violent head twist there as the scene loaded in. Damn.
The ruins which you seek are hidden beneath a waterfall here, a point roughly equidistant from the river's source and its delta. You have our thanks, Lady Fran. We will not forget this kindness. Father, I shall plot a course immediately.
Now who's coming? Oh.
Ramza, what is going on here?
You should be in bed, Alma.
Alma, you should be in bed. Also, that was my line. I've slept enough, brother. Tell me, who are our guests?
Yeah, their little troop keeps growing.
It appears you once again prepare a leap into danger's maw. Keep your wits about you, Dekumon. Lady Fran is strong, but then again, so is Bagamnan.
Oh, did she know Bagamnan?
Ah, if you'll excuse me.
Are you mad? A trip to the surface in your condition? Listen to me, brother. The High Seraph beckons. She speaks to me through the oitis.
Oh shit.
The what? There is no need to worry. Mikoto and I have already devised a plan. I can help clear our family name.
The Charlian has no say in this. I am your father, and I insist you remain here on the airship. What would your mother say if I allowed what to befall you?
Mother, that is what this is about, isn't it? When has it always been about? You care not about IVALICE or the Aura name. No, you only seek to use the Aura site to bring Mother back.
Oops. Busted!
But you haven't been able to do that. You still do not understand how exactly it is that the shards translate one's desires into reality. That is where I can help. I can ask the High Seraph. It is she who created the Aura site. Ultima has bid me come to her place of imprisonment. If we free her, she will reveal unto us the secret of her creation.
Do you hear what you are saying, Alma?
Even if there was the slightest chance of bringing Mother back, we cannot risk your life in doing so.
Or letting Ultima out. That seems incredibly dangerous if she's the Angel of Blood. Your brother is right. We have sacrificed too much already. I cannot bear the thought of losing you. Either of you.
It is too late.
See, told you really should have taken that thing off of her as soon as. Oh, hi.
I am so lonely, Father. Why must you love Ramza more than you do me? Do not be concerned by your daughter's words, for they are not her own.
Oop. And short it out. Or not. Oh. Oh shit, it just turned into a portal.
Help me, Rams. Olma!
Well, now we've actually got a valid reason for going beyond just curiosity. We're on a rescue mission.
No! No! Gods forfend.
I told you, no one can control the power with those shards. No one.
Dekumon, here, take this. It might be the only thing that can save Olma, but we must hurry to the monastery.
Alright. I mean, we obviously need to go to the monastery now, so let's get going. Fran, if you'd be so kind as to guide us there properly.
Come, we leave for the Golmar jungle, now.
Well, this section definitely turned out crazy.
Have I your permission to put part, Dekumon? Every moment we tarry here, my sister, she...
No, dude, go. Let's go.
Then hold on, I've set engines to full speed.
This is full speed. I'm not impressed. It's the lackadaisy just drift off into the sky. Yep, that's a jungle, all right. Looking for a river, though. Shouldn't we be near a river and a waterfall? Or do we gotta get through the rest of the Vera first?
Welcome to the land of my people. 'Twould be a poor lie if I said I did not miss it some.
That reminds me of the Shroud. Oh, were we being watched?
Olma!
Oh, fudge. Oh, fudge.
Ramza, help me.
Ah, crap. Here we go again. Oh, no. No. Don't do it. Oh, you son of a bitch. He did it.
Olma!
That's what it wanted. No, yeah. Seriously. Use the thing. Or hand off the thing.
Be gone!
Woo! Okay, I'm glad this didn't work by Stargate rules.
Olma! Ramza!
Otherwise, you would have just gotten an arm. And that would have been gruesome.
Blood of the Invokers, fulfill the ancient covenant and grant unto me the vessel promised.
Eh? Uh-oh. Yeah! He just got yoinked.
What just...
I have the foggiest. Guess it decided if it couldn't have the sister, it'd take the brother.
Boggy, to me, the girl is not well. But suggest we continue this back at the Prima Vista, Kupo?
Short trip, I suppose. We just traded one hostage for another.
Oh, does he still have the toy? Oh.
Hi.
Have you the courage to face true evil?
Something tells me Ramza the original. Great, I'm seeing things.
What are you gawping at? The ship is this way, Kupo.
He's gonna leave without me if I'm not careful.